I'm ChezPride, and today we are going to be covering the most recent patch that has come out and what we know of the soon coming patch that is going to be coming out for the game Paralives. Now, if you don't know what Paralives is, it's basically a game that recently came out in early access, but I have been following the game's production for years because it was said to be a cozy life simulation game, very similar to my comfort game, The Sims, but better. And honestly, from what I have played, which I have played, a couple of videos online, but I've played almost 40 hours of gameplay, and most of it has been off camera, sorry, but I kind of wanted to get a feel for the game. I did all my first reactions and whatnot and recorded them. I'm still editing one of them to post, but I did a lot of first reactions and then I've been playing around just to get a feel for the game. And from what I've played on and off camera, I can honestly say it's definitely going to be such a good game. It's already a really decent game, especially for being in early access. There's no doubt that is in early access. I will say there's no doubt, but I feel like in 2 years they can make that a amazing game before they even start adding content like pets and weather and whatnot. And with the size of the team that they had, I feel like what they put out for an early access game was really good, and it's only going to improve. But to improve, we must constantly be updating the game. So today I want to go over the patch that came out a week or two ago and then go over what we know on the newest patch, which is what we are looking at here. So right here we are looking at what they are calling the monster in the mirror, and this is actually the first glitch when I was playing on camera and doing my first reaction to the gameplay. This was the very first glitch I noticed, and I was like, oh, that's the thing. Basically, it cuts off the first front part of your para's body, which is very interesting because all you see is the back print and the hollowness of the body, and it's just so weird. It's so weird. But it says, today's sneak peek of the game improvements is coming soon. Say goodbye to the monster in the mirror. We fixed the mirror so they reflect your para as they should. Begone horrifying creatures. And honestly, I kind of am adoring the comments. There's I'm going to miss my mirror monster friends. And then, rip old mirrors. You served us something. Thank you. I don't know. I'm loving the comments on this post, but this is what we're looking at now, and then this is more so what it should look like afterwards. Also, reading through the comments, I have noticed that a lot of people are commenting and saying, don't forget about us, people that don't have all the specs to quite run the game, and we have to run it on low, we want to be able to functionally see as well, don't leave us out. And one, I don't think they're going to leave y'all out. I think they're going to make it where it works on all parts of the game. Lower is obviously not going to work as well as normal high, but I feel like they're not going to just completely forget about y'all. And also, they did go ahead and before the game even came out said, this is the specs you need, this is what you need to run the game smoothly. And if you're choosing to play the game on a computer that doesn't have those specs, now granted, I'm not shaming you if you don't have the money to get that computer. I've been saving up for a computer for over 2 years now, and I'm just now getting into actually looking into exactly which one I want because I finally have enough money saved up. But I'm saying, if you're choosing to play it with one that doesn't have the correct specs, or you're choosing to play on a low status, you just kind of gotta expect it's not gonna be as great. That's all I gotta say on that. But that's what we know of what's coming in the newest patch. But then, like I said, we had the patch about a week or two ago, actually on July 2nd, I believe, is patch 0.1.5 that went ahead and fixed not too many things, but a decent amount of things. We gotta scroll down to read them all in the patch notes. These are not all of the patch notes. This is just what they highlighted on their Instagram. We will be going on to the actual Paralives website and reading the patch notes, but this is what they highlighted and thought was the most important important things to have here. Now, I will say they are always mentioning, make sure you are reporting bugs. There is a place on the website, and you have the thumbs up and thumbs down button physically in game that will lead you directly to where you can report bugs or make suggestions, and that will help them learn. It's only a team of 15 people. Let's help them the most we can. But let's go ahead and read what they want to highlight on this patch. Now, like I said, it did come out June 2nd. I don't know why I haven't made a video on this yet. Honestly, I think I was in the mindset of, oh, I'm waiting on The Sims to do a hot fix for the last patch because it broke this. And then I was like waiting, and then they never did the hot fix. So I was like, oh, well, I decided to wait on the Sims news, but I have been recently making Paranews and Sims news together, and I guess I just, in my mind, didn't think, oh, I could do a Paralives video, but I don't know. I don't know why I didn't do this. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in my last Sims news video, I pretty much explained it. But yeah, I thought they were going to probably put out a hot fix, and I was just going to wait to update my game until they did, and then they didn't put out a hot fix. Because, you know, EA! Yay! But let's jump into Paralives, because this is a Paralives video, and I'm going to be covering the patch notes just a little late. I do apologize. I'll try to cover the next patch pretty much as soon as it comes out, unless it comes out at the weekend, then might be Monday, but we'll see. Anyways, so what they highlighted is Steam Cloud. Save files can now be synced to the Steam Cloud to easily continue playing on a different computer, which fantastic. You can transfer your files without having to physically transfer your files now. And then we have smaller save files. New save files will now be 30 MB instead of an average of 500 MB, which is so much better. It's going to make the game run so much smoother and be able to save and have less data on your computer, which will also help because you don't want this game to take up your whole computer data. Multiple autosaves. So the autosave feature will now keep the last 3 versions of each save file, allowing players to go back previous versions in the load game save menu. So autosave is something they added into the game on launch day. I have personally preferred to not have autosave on because I have been doing a lot of things where I end up going back, or I'm doing a lot of building. And honestly, if I'm just doing building, I don't mind the autosave, but I don't like it for my gameplay as much. So I would prefer to just not use the autosave, but they are making it to where you can go back to 3 of the last previous saves, whether you autosave them or I'm assuming save them on your own, instead of just having like the one before the last one, which honestly really appreciative. And also the irony of there being autosaves on both The Sims News and Paralives. If you watch both, they both have autosave stuff in them. And then lot changes. Players can now revert lots to their original look, which honestly is really handy. I didn't think I would appreciate that as much as I did, but I do. And then as far as mods, quality of life, they added a toggle on and off button in the mods menu. And then we have the edit appearance, which I think is the one I'm most excited for. So it says players will now be able to freely edit their paras by looking into a mirror or going to the hospital and pharmacy, which I don't understand why you would have to go to the hospital or pharmacy to edit your looks. I guess if you're having like plastic surgery. It says this includes all Paramaker options except for labels, personalities, and life stages. So yeah, you'll be able to edit your facial features in your body, but you can't change. I don't understand why you can't change the personality and labels. I can understand life stages, like having to enter the cheat, because before this, basically the only way to go back into Paramaker was to enter a cheat, which is just edit character, and that's how you access the full mode. But now this is going to be kind of like in The Sims, where if you go through a mirror, you don't get the full making, so you can't change, like, you know, your gender or your age or any of that. But I feel like labels and personality should be able to be changed without having to enter a cheat. I don't know, just my personal opinion. Maybe they'll change it in the future, but I do appreciate that we can now use the mirror to do that. Again, the hospital and pharmacy, I feel like it's a little extreme if you're just wanting to change your outfit, but maybe if you don't have a house, that's a good way to do it, because you can play without a household in this game, which is pretty cool. You can play as a homeless person. I don't know why I find that so cool, but here you can see that we have the save file with the last save, and then also you have your autosave down here now. That is the highlights, but now we are going to go ahead and jump over to Paralives.com/news, and once again, this came out July 2nd, a little late, but we're here. We have, like I said, a decent amount of stuff. Honestly, it has more new stuff than it does the bug fixes, but I will also take new stuff. I just hope that they don't start cutting more and more down bug fixes, because I want to see tons of bug fixes. So I'm just going to go over the ones we haven't talked about. So we already talked about smaller save files. We already talked about multiple autosaves. We already talked about Steam Cloud. We already talked about a lot changes. Paramaker music. When zoomed in, the music changes to a simpler, softer version of the track to create a feeling of closeness with your para, which honestly I didn't notice that changed after this patch. I was wondering if that was going to be in there. We already talked about edit appearance, new frame artwork. So we have 40 new images have been added to the frame artwork, which I did notice there was more frame artwork as well. Honestly, I think the first time I built, I didn't realize there was already artwork, which I feel a little stupid, but now there's a ton of artwork to choose from. I've been enjoying going through them a lot, because I've been building a lot. And we have more custom image assets. You can now add custom images to mugs, rugs, skateboard curtains, cushions, and flags. So it's no longer just pictures and whatnot. And then we have hand and bath towel items. They added 4 new items that were sorely needed to bathrooms. So basically they added 2 towels that hang on a hook, and it's a bigger towel and a smaller towel, and then they have 2 towels that hang on railings, like little bar railings, and one's bigger and one's smaller. Again, I've been building a lot since this update. We already talked about mods quality of life. And then the train Paramaker visual changes. We've removed the panel in favor of set curtains to favorize readability. So I guess we no longer have the actual panel room divider. It's probably just a curtain now. Should I go in the game and look at that? I feel like I need to actually check that out. And I guess I could also show off the bathroom objects if I go in there as well, and also maybe show off the images and the art. There's a few things actually I want to show off, so maybe I'll jump into the game after I read this article. I wasn't planning on doing that originally, but you know what, might as well, because there's actually some things I want to check out. And then they have a new baby preset, so I added new babies to the randomizer, like the random genetics randomizer, and then they updated a label UI, made light adjustments to label UI and Paramaker, and then late to work. Being late for work or school by canceling go to work interaction now incurs a performance penalty. Alright, and then we have the bug fixes. So parents in relationships will no longer become embarrassed when using the toilet in front of their partner, which honestly I appreciate them fixing that. And then some missing animations from eating food have been corrected. The art bundle 2 is now correctly fixed. We have also lowered the value of paintings needed for compensation of the bundle. We have fixed more edge cases where fires could be put out on certain lots. There's been a lot of work in fire over the last, few months. Water recyclers, wind turbines, and solar panels being on your train now reduce your bills. Propose and elope for happy marriages. Life goals should now be completed properly. Canceling go to work / school should no longer queue up every action every 20 minutes. Roberto, which is the train guy, should now properly show up as the master of the most skilled in town hall. Fixed an issue where some player paras ended up being unloaded from the game. Removes teeth from all baby presets. Oh, okay. That's fun. And then buying a lot while sleeping or sitting no longer spawns your paras in these positions. Oh, okay. That is actually something I'm glad they fixed. And then para nicknames are now saved when a household is saved in your library. And honestly, I feel like I've been making a lot of paras. I think I said I've been building a lot, but I've been making more paras I've been building. And I feel like when I save my paras, sometimes their personalities don't save onto the gallery, and I don't know why, because they always have personalities, but it'll always just be like one para in my house when I try to re-download them into my world, because I have a world that I'm playing in personally off camera that I just added a bunch of paras to that I made, and some of them like always spawn in without traits. I don't get it. But anyways, and then grass patches that were impossible to delete have been removed from some lots. And then, as always, they have went ahead and put a known issues list. So here are some of the issues we are investigating. Some pairs will get jealous when kissing their own partner. Oh god, that's hilarious actually. I kind of love that. Some players are unable to create new swatches for clothing and assets. What I have been coming into a problem with is the picture of the color, like on the make. Like if you make like a custom color, you'll make a color, but then like the color that like previews it is not the actual color. It looks white and it's not, or it looks black and it's not. It's weird. And then canvases disappear when starting or completing a painting. Oh, that would be sad to make no money off of it. And then some external mods and plugins may make all mods invisible both in menus and game, and they go ahead and expand on that, saying external plugins and mods may not always be compatible with the latest game update right away, and you should, be careful of what you add. So, I told you, not super long when it came to the patch notes, but some of these I did feel like I wanted to jump in and show guys off. I've already seen them, and if you've been playing the game, they're probably small enough things that you probably have seen them. Actually, I haven't seen the train paramaker thing, and I really want to check out going into an appearance and going ahead and checking out the artwork and showing off the hand towels, and that's probably all I'm going to show off. So let's go ahead and jump into my game real quick. Oh yeah, it does! It totally has actual curtains now, which is hilarious because originally they were like, yeah, we're going to put curtains, and then everyone was like, that's not curtains, that's a room separator. And I guess it was affecting some kind of text down here or something, but it looks a lot better now. I wish they weren't gray. I kind of wish they were brown or even green. It still looks better. And honestly, this one was just the one that it randomized with, and I'm kind of obsessed with them. Like, to the point I kind of want to just quickly, give them a name. Catherine, honestly, you know what? Similar to Cat, so I kind of like it. Maybe Catherine, let's give her a name. Catherine Dawn. Catherine, let's see. What is the name I like to go with Catherine that I haven't used on another sim? Maybe Catherine Nix. Catherine Nix. I know this is not the point of what I'm doing, but maybe we can give you just a nicer shirt for your formal wear. That's good. Honestly, sweatpants also aren't the vibe. I do like the idea of you wearing pants though. Maybe like these pants. Nicer shoes. I know this is not the point of a video that I'm supposed to be doing reviews on, but this is fine. Honestly, these are kind of cool. So we can wear those. Athletic wear, if I just change the pants, I think we'll be good. Maybe we can change them to sweatpants. And then this is fine. Just take off the shoes and maybe take off the hat for sleepwear, or their sleepwear. Let's see, did I leave it on the formal? You know what? It can stay on the formal. Okay, real quick, I'm going to save this household to my gallery, and then we will jump into a save file with them so we can show off one going back into the paramaker, and then also the new items in build mode. So I went ahead and put us in this little apartment right in the middle of the town square. It's not going to really matter which apartment we're in because we're going to be here like 2 seconds. If you haven't seen this apartment yet, it looks messy from the outside, but it's actually a decent apartment for starter funds on the inside, honestly. But the first thing I am going to do is go ahead and find the bathroom, find the mirror, and we can now edit appearance. We can do more than just change her outfit now and, all the other interactions, which are flex muscles, think about love life, think about hard problems, reflecting on life and whatnot. Now, it loads you straight back in here. Now, as you can see, there is less stuff on the ticket. We knew that was going to be the case. We can't change, they said, which was, I believe, their age and their... I'm just gonna reread that. You cannot change labels, personalities, or life stages. I'm assuming label... Well, that's not their pronoun, so what's their label? I actually don't know. Is that something to do with their personality? I'm not sure what their label is, but their personality is gone and there's less stuff on here. But you can do the outfit. You can do facial surgery, I'm assuming? Oh, no, you can't. Wait, hold on, can you? Oh, yeah, you can. You can do like facial surgery and body surgery and change their appearance. You can change their eye color. That's all still possible. I could give her blue eyes if I want it. I don't want to, but I could. So it's basically the same like in The Sims 4 if you just go into a mirror versus let's go ahead and not change save our changes, how we originally were getting into how we were originally getting back into Paramaker. I'll show you real quick because this is how you would re-enter through a cheat to unlock everything, like as if you were on the train. You just literally put in edit character and it takes you right back into the full edit mode right here. So I can see the life stages are back and whatnot. So that's probably how I will continue to go into that. But I do like the fact that you can now go into Paramaker without a cheat because I thought it was kind of strange that you couldn't, honestly. But now let's go ahead and we are going to go into build mode. And let's start with the hand towels since we're actually already in the bathroom. So we did get new items. Now I haven't actually done my review where I'm going over all the items and whatnot in the build mode, but when I do, these now be in there as well. So basically, what's the best way I could probably do it? Probably go bathrooms, go toilet paper, and then we are going to go ahead and place all the new towels. So we have a big and large of the rod and big and small of like the towels. So these are like body towels, these are hand towels. Sometimes I like pretending that I would use this for like a kid towel. So like if there's a mom and a dad in the build, I've been putting both sizes. But obviously you can change all the colors on them, but they do come in a white swatch. They come in a gray swatch. They come in a black swatch. All of these swatches matches, obviously. The gray, the cream, a light blue, the green that we already had, the yellow, the pink salmon color, the red, and brighter yellow, and brighter but darker blue, if that makes sense. It's not like a navy blue, it's like a dark blue. Medium blue? I don't know. But that is all of the towels and whatnot. And then they said they went ahead and put all the new 40 variants on the pictures. So I'm kind of curious if I just might as well show all of them off because I don't know which ones were the new ones and which ones were not the new ones because I can't remember. So since I haven't actually gone through and shown off the pictures yet because I didn't realize when I made my first build that you could do anything but custom pictures, might as well just go through and show them all off now. So let's go ahead. There is a duck. There's a duck in a boat or a scarf. Sorry, that's not a bow tie, a scarf. Duck drinking out of water. A fox. Love my foxes. There's a little Shih Tzu dog. There's I think that's bread, tomato, and cheese, but I can't tell. They all have smiley faces on. I'm very confused. There's like a child artwork face. There's some blue and white abstract art, some different flowers. I believe that is, oh god, I know the name of this. I don't know the name of this. The Bird of Paradise. It's the Bird of Paradise flower. Love Yourself First. A little flower deco art. 2 different cat paintings. I can have Mally and Fizz here. Love it. We have a swirly painting. We have a calendar that says summer, because it's always summer here right now. We have a painting of the city. We have a black and white painting of the city. We have like this anime girl. We have a sports car. We have Spring 25, the Stardust. We'll have a Take It Easy. We have a bunch of little animals and paras drawn. And then we have a landscape picture, a picture of a fruit bowl, a picture of flowers, another landscape picture, a sunflower, the picture of the lighthouse in the world. We have a sea ship, a ship at sea. Run, squat, lift, burn, never give up. No thank you. Gat, with just like a muscular guy, I don't know. And then we have some abstract like black and white art. Looks like it's like, you know, kind of the emo drawing of like, oh, this is all the chaos in my head. I don't know. And then it says it's good to be home. We have another picture of a flower. We have the 3 dots, which actually I think is a really interesting piece of art. We have a like breakfast poster. We have a coffee poster. We have an ice cream poster. We have a coffee chart, like a menu of different coffees. We have a wolf, which is gorgeous. We have birds. We have a kitty cat. We have another kitty cat. Another kitty cat. We have a doggy. We have another doggy. Another doggy. Another doggy. Another doggy. Another cat. And then we have 2 abstract artworks that I feel like go together because the color scheme is too alike. We have this one that also looks like it goes with it. And then also this one that looks like it goes with it. So I think these are like all abstract paintings that go together. I like them. We have 2 ghosts, a singular and a pair. We have 3 different phases of the moon. We have some Christmas artwork. We have a cheeseburger sign. We have a hot dog sign. We have a soda sign. We have 3 beautiful ladies right here. We have Visit Melanino, which is the town. We have a Among Us poster, which is from one of the collabs. We have some vegetables. We have some seashells. We have Melino's flowers. We have this knot artwork. We have a bison? Question mark, buffalo? Is that buffalo or bison? I'm not sure. We have a lion. We have a football. We have a hockey. We have a tennis ball. We have a basketball. We have some tomatoes. We have some fruits. Crazy Head Tour 2027. We have Crazy Head Tour 2026. We have I've Moved On poster. We've had a fashion poster. We have a little mouse with an umbrella, a little mouse with the strawberry, a little mouse with a flower. We have colorful polka dots, colorful stripes, and colorful rectangles. We have basically the Joker and Twilight, which obsessed, and Pippin. And then we have a sun, a moon. We have, it looks like some puzzle photos. It looks like puzzle photos to me, like the outside of a puzzle box. We have a couple of sunset drawings. We have a couple of abstract photos. We have a checkered photo. And then we have poutine, ramen, and pizza. So that is all the pictures we have to this current day. I don't know if there'll be more added by the time I do my review, where I review every single item that's in the game at the time I review it. Honestly, I'm kind of waiting on that one because I feel like with the Paramaker and the Billboard, I want to get tons of practice and tons of experience in it before I give my full review on the items in it. If there's any more swatches added, then I'll probably go ahead and review them in that one, but I may, if there's not, just say, hey, reference this video, and I show off all the swatches in it. So if you came from that video, there you go. But other than that, let me double check the list, but I think we've pretty much went ahead and covered everything I want to look at. So with that, I'm probably gonna end this video here, you guys. I'm sure it wasn't too long of a video. I hope it wasn't too long of a video because I was just covering like just some basic para news, but there was a whole patch note list in there, so it may be longer than I suspected. But it wouldn't have been as long as if I had combined it with the Sims video. Though I will say, the Sims update and the para update actually had a lot of similarities. Kind of hilarious. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this one here. So if you made it to this point of the video, I hope you found it educational and entertaining, because that was the entire purpose. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. Alright,